Hello everyone and welcome to the Man United agenda, and tonight we'll be discussing transfer rumours. The season haven't even kicked off yet, but Manchester United are looking at a trio of Declan Rice, Bissouma and Neves. And yes, we are back, and it's Monday night, and welcome to the Man United agenda, guys. As always, we got Mr. B. Hello, Amonde. OS. Welcome back. And Maisie from Devils United. Welcome back to the Man United agenda.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
You're more than welcome. So let's kick off the show. Transfer has not been over yet. We are still buzzing about CR7 is back at home where he belongs. And straight away, we're going to go into it where we are talking about Declan Rice. We are talking about Bissouma. We are talking about Neves. Guys, I'm excited about the future, but I know the one midfield player I need at Manchester United come the next season. So let's start off with Mr. B. Mr. B, rumours, whether or not they're true or not, it's almost like the Glazers are trying to prove their critics wrong by going out there and getting us players and helping Ole in building Manchester United back to where we belong in the big time. So what do you make of all these transfer rumours already? It's coming out, it's everywhere. It's not even sort of like we're just making stories up. It's actual out there for people to see. What's your thought process about this? Because I'm excited about this.
I am, but if we had bought the central midfielder in the window, we wouldn't have a show. We'd be talking about something else. So we know what we need as Man United fans, diehard Man United fans. But I don't know why they've done what they've done. I think we could have afforded to buy maybe the cheaper version, not the Declan Rice, because that's gonna cost a wedge. That's really, really gonna cost a wedge. But if that's the one transfer that they make next season, then make it. Blow the budget on the player that you need to, that he thinks is gonna complete his team. I'm excited. I have to be, because I know what we've got already at the club, but that's a year. That's typical Man United strategy. You know what I mean? We're gonna go and get Haaland next season. We're gonna go and get somebody else next season. It's always tomorrow. Before they just do it before the window closed, man. Then we would be really. I mean, I'm happy anyway. I'm not gonna sit and act like I'm not. I'm happy anyway. I can't wait for Saturday.
Viva Ronaldo.
No, but this is what I'm saying, Mr. B, to add to what you're saying. I mean, there's no way we cannot be happy. There's no way. Like, if you told us at the beginning of the window we were going to get a window like that, we would have bit their arm off straight away. And if they told us you're not going to get a DM, but you're going to get Varane, you're going to get Ronaldo, and you're going to get Sancho, we would have been totally fine with that. You know what I mean? So sometimes I see fans, complaining, oh, we don't have a DM, we don't have this. Yo, we've had the best window we've ever had, that as far as I can remember personally. So I think we're going in the right direction. Yes, we don't have that DM we're looking for right now, but I also think it's patience. I think maybe the player we're looking for is not out there yet. I know we're talking about Rice and we're talking about Neves, Bissouma. I don't think any of them are right for what we're looking for. To be honest with you, I really don't. We're looking for a Carrick type defensive midfielder who can really make the transition smooth from the back going into our attackers. And I don't think those three players are the right ones. Are they upgrades to what we have? Of course. But I don't think that's how United are doing business now. I think United are really looking for their targets and really going for it. Like, I don't know what you guys think. Maisie, I don't know what you think, but I really believe that's how I feel right now.
Yeah, for me, all window, I was thinking we need a CDM. We need a CDM. Like I say, with this last transfer window, what we just had, I was honestly so surprised how we got Ronaldo, because I gave up after I was 14 years old that Ronaldo was never going to come back to Man United. That's how I literally felt. And then having Varane, who I wanted at Man United for so many years, and I was more excited for him to come than Sancho. It was just absolutely unreal. And for me, I just wish Roy Keane was still about, because Roy Keane would be just the perfect defensive midfielder for Man United right now. He's got literally everything. He's that leader. He's strong. He's just, for me, honestly, just that perfect defensive midfielder. And I feel like that is just the kind of person we need at Manchester United on that role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was saying out of the three guys you mentioned there, Solo, I would say Neves, because he's cheapest. He's played in the Prem, and he's just a simple footballer. Tidy, exactly what OS was saying. What we need: someone to bring the ball out of defence, be comfortable on the ball, but he's the cheapest option. Like we saw Sal go to Chelsea, but after watching a couple of England games now, I watched him during the Euros. I like Rice. I must admit, I like Rice. He's grown on me. I need to see more. I wasn't quite sure on him, but at the moment, I'm like, Rice is leading the way for me, because his performances and his character. And he's English as well, which helps. I think he ticks all the boxes and he meets all the criteria for us, almost. As OS says, maybe there's someone else out there that is slightly better off for Man United. So I'd rather be patient and get the right guy than maybe get the wrong guy. And what we have done, as you've seen with our transfer market recently, we've got the right guy. I mean, no one's going to deny Varane, Sancho, Ronaldo as dudes that are not really...
Tom Heaton. Don't forget Tom Heaton as well.
Well, yeah, I can see the logic in getting Tom Heaton. We got rid of the Argentine Romero. We got rid, we haven't really got a number 3. Lee Grant.
Four goalkeepers, bro.
4 goalkeepers.
All right. Okay. Well, maybe I don't see the logic then. I want answers. I want answers now. Someone phone him up now. Overall, out of the 3, I've changed my mind. I've gone from Ruben Neves now, and now I think Rice is the perfect replacement.
See,
out of 3.
See, Declan Rice, age 22, he can play as a defensive midfielder. He can also drop into centre back as well. So he could be a utility player at Man United. He's played 148 games for West Ham, scoring 5, assisted 6. We've got to remember he's a youth, so he played 32 games for the under 23 and only 1 game for the under 18. So he's a prodigy of West Ham. He's a youth player from West Ham. He only went and signed a new contract last season, which will then now give him a wage structure of 156 a week. He'll give him a salary. But at the same time, is he the right person? He could be the right person, but like we said, he's not a Roy Keane, he's not a Michael Carrick. But are we looking too deep into old players? Because the game has changed. We've got to remember the game's completely changed now to the Roy Keane days, the Michael Carrick day. The football these guys are playing, it looks a lot more simpler than how they were playing. So Declan Rice, when it comes to, I've got some aerial duels here. Aerial duels, he's very strong in aerial duel. When it comes to ball attention, he's very strong at that as well. When it comes to blocking the ball, very good as well. He put his head in the way. It's almost like not the sort of John Terry as such, but he's not far away from John Terry, where he puts his body on the line before he worries about anything else. So he's for me, age 22 as well. You got, like we're talking about Jadon Sancho, we got Declan Rice, we're talking about Rashford, we're talking about Greenwood. These are players that's not even nowhere near their peak yet. Imagine if we could get a player like him at Man United we could build on something here. This is a player for the next 10 years at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
I just think. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, yeah, I was just gonna say, age-wise, who's the oldest of these three players? Who's the oldest of the three players?
It's gonna be Zuma.
Is it Basuma?
It's Bazuma. Yeah, Bazuma, 25. Declan Rice is the youngest.
Okay.
See, I'll be honest. Of the three, I do like Declan Rice, but for whatever reason, I want. You see, when Basuma tackles a man, they stay tackled. I like to see that as in a defensive midfielder. I understand, Carrick, Declan Rice, they read the game so their shorts don't get dirty. I understand that. But me, personally, I want a bastard in midfield. I want you see that when Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira on the pitch, man knew already that's the type of central midfielder that I would be looking for.
But to interrupt you there, Mr. B, you got to remember a player like Roy Keane. You got a player. Let's go to some of the old school player, Patrick Vieira. These guys, before they even enter the play on the pitch, most of them already won you 3 points before you even go onto the pitch. But the problem you've got right now is football has changed. There's no fear factor in players anymore. You got to remember, these guys used to play. It's almost like playing Sunday League football with like Roy Keane, your Vinnie Jones, your Dennis Wise, those kind of guys. Football's completely changed now.
Mm-hmm. I think, you make a very good point. With Basuma, I don't know why, but I see him as a box-to-box rather than a DM. Like when I watch Brighton, he tries to play that role more than just sit back and be a DM. So maybe he can do that role for us. That's what Fred is doing, but not at the level that Basuma would be doing for sure. And I'm not saying Fred is the right guy for sure. But when we think about Rice, I have two issues with Rice. The first one is he's too expensive. He's going to cost us an arm and a leg to go there. The second thing is, I really think he wants to go Chelsea. I don't think he wants to come United. Like his best friend is Mount. I think he's a Chelsea fan, and you can see they're building him up for Chelsea. So why waste all of our energy there when we may not even be able to get him in the end? Macy?
Yeah, I completely agree there. You need a player at Man United who wants to play for the badge, who is like a Man United fan. You don't want to bring someone to the club who are just going to think at the back of my mind, this club comes, I'll go to them. You want someone who's going to be a long-term solution at Man United. I'd want someone like a proper defensive midfielder who just stands in front of the centre-backs and then they're just there ready for if somebody, like one of the team against us tries to counter-attack. We don't need anyone who's all skillful or want to go forward. We just need, basically, another defender on the pitch. That's my perfect defensive midfielder for me.
Fair enough.
Sorry, Amandi. Maisie, so what would if you had to name the attributes of your defensive midfielder, maybe three of them, what would your three be?
Oh, that's a very good question. For one of them, I'd have to be is strong. They have to be quite strong. They can't get tackled easily. They need to make sure they're going into the tackles, but they need to be careful about it and they need to be clever. So that's another thing. They need to be clever as well for me. And a third one, they need to have a voice, so they need to be a leader. Because I think the midfielder, out of everything, like if you look at like Man United squad, it's like a burger. Like you've got obviously the defense, and you've got obviously the attack. They're like two burger buns, and then the beef pate. You'd like to say that's the midfield, and that's the most important bit because that's the bit what's going to taste nice. Like, and the midfield is the most important bit. That's the bit where, if, for example, our midfield is rubbish, the team flops. It's just, we need midfield to be perfect.
You know what, Maisie? I'm going to talk on you about that one.
Yeah.
He loves an analogy, doesn't he?
That's a good one.
The thing with it, though, maybe, I know you're saying about attribute and what you want to play. And I know, Mr. B, you're talking about sort of midfield players that attribute what you've got. But when you look at Bissouma have got those attributes. He's a ball carrier. When he goes in for a tackle, he means he goes in for a tackle. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He carries the ball. So as much as we're trying to say we want a Roy Keane sort of type, we want a Vieira sort of type of player. Now the modern player is a Bissouma because he molded all his game around Kante, and he's probably the best at that position in world football. There's no one right now who's as good. Listen, I'm telling you now.
World football.
Well, yes, in that position.
No, you ain't
in that position in world football. In my opinion,
he's better. He's better than.
We're living in a Premiership bubble here.
You think he's better?
Do that.
You think he's better than Kessie from Milan?
For Milan. Well, he plays for Chelsea. He plays in the best league in the world of football.
Plays in Brighton.
Champions League.
Brighton, not Chelsea. Huh? I'm talking about Kessie from Milan versus Zuma.
No, I'm not talking about Zuma.
Who are you talking about?
Huh?
Who are you talking about?
No, sorry, I'm saying I'm thinking at oh God, I'm getting
fair enough.
I'm sitting there thinking. Yeah,
we want a guy who's going to twist you up like we twist up Solo. That's good. Yeah, that's the sort of player we want. That's another attribute.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, for me, I'm sorry, I was talking about Kante at thingy. He's the world best in the position at Chelsea. He's the best in the world. There's no other player in his position. Bissouma modeled his game around him.
Got you.
So for me, for a player like looking at him at Chelsea, he's getting, when you listen to his interview and he talks about his interview and his inspiration and why he wants to be the player, he said, I model everything around him. I watch everything, what he does on a football pitch. So for me, as a Man United player, watching him for Bissouma now, watching Bissouma for sort of like, when you watch him for Brighton, he tackles. He wins his tackle. Possession. He wins his duels. He doesn't really lose anything, does he? When you watch him closely. When I watch Declan Rice, well, watch Neves. Neves to me is too injury prone. I wouldn't want him at Man United. He gets injured far too easily. So that's Bissouma would be the perfect midfield player for me at Man United.
But there's still a question mark about Bissouma for me. I haven't seen him play international football. Haven't seen him play in Europe, top level European game. And I know you say, well, people should adapt. You should be able to see enough. I see enough, but there's still that slight question mark. And going back to Rice, this is why I know you were saying he's a Chelsea fan, and what's the other thing you were saying? It's about how their money, the cost. I think if we take our time and be patient and pick out the right guy that ticks all the boxes, even if it does cost a bit of money, because West Ham will have to drop that price.
Yeah.
I think he'd come. And also this thing about Chelsea, the mates at Chelsea, whatever. We had Carrick came from West Ham. David Beckham was from London. Sancho's from London. I mean, if you really want to play for Man U, it's a British club, one of the best British clubs. You become a legend there. I think Rice can do it. I don't kind of think that's an issue. It's a bit like we say we might go for Mbappe, but I've heard Mbappe say he wants to go Real Madrid, so I've already written him off. You see what I'm saying? But with Rice, I still think, regardless of there's that kind of link with Chelsea, I still think he's the main guy for us. But Bissouma, close second place now.
So, guys, if you're watching the content out there, please like, please share, please subscribe. Don't forget as well, we're on 530 subscribers. The minute we hit 1K subscribers, we'll be giving you the chance to win yourself a signed Bruno Fernandes football shirt. All you need to do is hit that subscribe button. And the minute we hit the 1K subscribers, we'll be doing a live draw. So, guys, listen, topic's been really hot. There's loads of comments out there. Let's see. We try to read every single person's comment as well. So please get involved. So on Monday.
Wow, there's a lot of comments. Okay, so good evening from Gemma. How you doing?
Hi,
Gemma's saying, and we're all saying this, welcome back OS, who's the original Superman. Where's your glasses, Clark?
The glasses is always at hand. It's always
and now he turns into the mild-mannered reporter.
It's how different it is, you see?
Brilliant.
Hi, Jordan from Jamaica, Mandeville. How you doing, man? Big up, Paul.
Jordan.
Warner, greetings, man. Them, yes.
Greetings,
How you
Paul.
doing?
Paul, never seen you. Thank you.
Podcast talk show says, "How are you?" I have a question and answer question. He has questions for us. Podcast talk show says, "What's your biggest fear? What's your worst nightmare? Do you like pets, animals? What community?" Oh God.
That's for a different show.
Yeah. Remind me not to answer his comments again. Jem says you just need a box to box. One man does all type of player, not necessarily DM, but someone to link defense with attack.
One good example is Fabinho at Liverpool. Great defensive midfielder.
Yeah,
that would be solid.
Now hold on a minute.
Don't give them no credit.
Hold on a minute. Are we saying Fabinho is one of the best in the world in that position?
No, we're not.
No,
we're not.
We're not. Definitely not.
Solo, Jordan wants to join. Paul says Rice is destined for Chelsea pensioners, as OS stated. Roy Keane's from Gem. Roy Keane would be red card in every game and make Bruno cry. Just to add to that, I think the game has changed. When Solo was saying the game's changed, I do think you can't tackle like that as we used to. You get bookings. Kicking Fred out yet. Paul says if we need to break the bank, it has to be Bellingham. I'd also go for Zuma. Oh, good.
And
good
did you
shout.
see Bellingham yesterday as well? But again, I'm going to sorry, Monday. There's loads of comments there, yeah? I still don't understand why Man United didn't go out and pay the money for him when we had the opportunity to buy him.
Can I tell you?
He said,
I have a theory to this, right? If he had come to Man United, he would still not be playing football.
Exactly.
Go to Dortmund. Dortmund don't business about your age. As soon as they knew Bellingham was playing, what did they do? Boom, they played him straight away. What's he played? 50, 60 games for Dortmund already.
Yeah.
Maybe
So that call. Who was that guy? Who sent that message up? Paul
Paul
That's
Warner.
a
Paul,
call.
it's a pleasure. I haven't seen your name on here, Paul.
Yeah,
But
that's a
thank
call.
you. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, we were talking about the same thing yesterday on the England show about Bellingham and why he went to Dortmund rather than go to England. We need. This is from Carrie. Says we need a destroyer who's good with passes like Patrick Vieira. It's laughing at Gems. Someone's trying to chat Gems up here.
There's a few going on. There's a few.
Basuma's like Kante.
Yep.
What do you want? All right. The conversation shows deficiencies in our current midfield. Yep. Paul Warner, man, you're on the money. Solo panel full, bro.
Yep, full.
Just asking. Basuma is like Rockstone, says Paul.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh,
Carrie says Man United. This Sanchez, the Portuguese Sanchez. He's perfect for United. Is that the Portuguese Renato Sanchez?
Renato
from Lille?
Renato. Renato Sanchez.
I personally don't. I'm not on that though. He never really lasts in one club for too long. He never really becomes.
He moves.
He's always been thrown around.
He's been good at Lille though. He's been good at Lille, but
his vision's impaired by his dreadlocks as well. Rice Baby says talk MU. Big up Shah. Gems getting chirps inside the chat room. That says Paul Warner. We spot that too. We see that too. Amy B says good evening. Jen seems as if the heat got to you today. Great show. Thank you. In the best city, Bristol. This is the chirp talk. They'll come out of that. Mikhail says I'm looking to offload Zaka. All right. Can't say about jokes. Anthony Herbert says, big up, lads. Hi, Anthony Herbert. How you doing, man?
Yes,
and Solo, as always, Solo is the man. As always, Solo is the man of facts. Listen to him. And we would love to King Fred. It's always busting joke about Fred with you. Hey, panels. Hey, Maisie, says Michael. Just being friendly. Yeah. Hello. All right, Mikel Arteta. Thanks for tuning in. Parcel Char says, good evening, gents. Ronaldo's back. A return for Roy Keane would be perfect. Anyone see Paul Scholes in midfield the other day in that match?
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, he looked pretty good. Parcel Shah says, big up, subscribe. Daily Dugout says, big up, guys. Hi, Charlie. How you doing? I saw him for Portugal talking about Sanchez. He was good.
He was good. He was good for them. I watched it.
And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for the comments, guys. Funny.
Remember, if you're watching for the first time, please like, please share, please subscribe. Win yourself that Bruno Fernandes shirt. We're on 530 subscribers. The minute we hit 1K subscribers, we'll be giving you the chance to win it by picking your name random out of a hat, all the 1,000 names as well. So, guys, we spoke a bit about Declan Rice now. Let's talk a bit about Neves now with him. Been at Warsaw a bit now. What I find with him, and I think I said it earlier, it's all to do with the profile of him. He understands the Premier League. He knows the Premier League. But he doesn't stand out too much for me when he plays for Wolves at all. He's not a standout. He doesn't stand out enough for me as sort of as a midfield player. I don't know, Maisie, what do you make of it? Because he's the cheapest option for Man United. He will only, if we went for him, I think he'll go for in the region of
30 million, I think.
30 million, I think it is.
Yeah, 30
30 million,
isn't it? Around
yeah,
30,
something like that. Yeah. Well, it says technically it's 30 million euros, apparently.
I agree with exactly what you were saying. Everyone was saying, "Oh, we should get Ruben Neves in this transfer window," but I was thinking, why? We don't exactly need a Ruben Neves for me, and he's not. For me, he's more of a central midfielder in my eyes than he is a CDM. So I would not even consider him in the slightest. He does, like you say, I agree, he doesn't stand out. I would either go for, if out the options, Rice and Basuma. I'm leaning a bit more now to Basuma. I was actually leaning towards Declan Rice at the beginning, and now I'm leaning more to Basuma. I think he is a quality defensive midfielder, and how nobody in the big six has not snatched him up yet, it's questionable, because I think how you're not seeing this talent right in front of your eyes.
I mean, can I just say, did anybody see Brighton's first game of the season?
Yeah.
And how Basuma played?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Animal.
You know, and then I look at Neves against us, and he did. I understand what Maisie's saying, where she was saying that he invisible, like he was an invisible player. You know, we've got players who go on the ball, but I want somebody with a bit of star quality in there, somebody who we can make better.
But sorry, I'm going to interrupt you, Mr. B. Do you think we need a superstar player, or do you think we need a player who's got the attribute that no one really and truly know about, who can come in and put the authority? Because they don't come with that big burden. They don't come with that burden then, do they? Oh, there's 100 million player or 50 or 60. We go out there, we get a cheap bargain. You Basuma, go out there, buy him for, I think he's estimated about 45 to 50 million is estimated at the moment value.
That's not cheap.
It's not cheap, but in the current climate, we go out, we get him now. Declan Rice is going to cost us 100 million. Neves is going to cost us about 20 odd million. Why don't we go pay the extra 20 million and get the Basuma in the club? He's young, he's talented, he's a great attribute, and he'll bring a lot to Man United.
Declan Rice fee will come down though. 100. It was 100 this summer, but it will come down. He won't sign a new contract there.
No, but he just signed a new contract. He just signed it in 2021. Yeah.
Oh, well,
just signed it.
When he's in trouble, he's doing a cane. He's going to be like a cane.
Yeah.
So we're looking at strengths of Neves. You guys said you hardly see him in the game. I think that's a good thing. I think
that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing about his game. He's very technical. He just pops it off. He's not flash. He keeps it ticking over. I thought like a couple of months just before the transfer window, I was saying he's the guy, because we keep saying we need a CDM, as if we need a like up enforcer. We were talking earlier about an enforcer, like a governor who's gonna go out there. We can't play that way these days. I'm always saying now, let's have a player who can sit in front of the defense, sit in front of the midfield, and just position himself correctly. You know, Matic don't tackle. He gets himself in position, and he's seen as a CDM. So these days, you see someone who's got the IQ to know how to position himself, and I think Rice does that, and Neves does that. People say, well, Neves can't tackle. You don't need to tackle. You know, if you're shaped up correctly and everything else, you don't need that. So I think he does fit the bill. But during the show and since the window and everything else, I'm starting to think Rice is the guy. I'm still sticking with Rice. But Basuma, you guys, the strengths you were given for Basuma was, his tackling. That was the number one. You weren't saying about positional strength.
Ball carrying.
You don't know about his IQ. You don't know about all these other. You were saying the number one thing was, have you seen the way he tackles and all that kind of thing. So Ruben Neves gives us a little bit of nice European flavour, pop, keeping it ticking over, which I feel we need.
But look at this. Look at the two most successful teams in England right now. You have Chelsea and you have Manchester City. Chelsea, they have Jorginho. Jorginho ain't the guy that will come and break you and do all of that. He's a very smart footballer. He dictates play. You look at Man City, they don't use Fernandinho anymore. They're using Rodri. Rodri's better on the ball, you know? So you're already seeing the direction that it's going, and it doesn't have to be someone that's aggressive like that. And that's why at the beginning of the show I mentioned someone like a Carrick, because you need someone who can dictate in that midfield. Because Pogba, we had our discussions with Pogba whether he's dictating or not, but you need someone behind that can see what's happening in front and dictate everything. And right now we don't have that.
Welcome back. Welcome back. High five, man. We're on the same page.
You know what?
Superman is back.
It's Maisie.
I like that.
The problem is these two
Great
always agree.
there.
I don't understand why they always agree. Maisie, obviously, again, they've gone back onto the topic where they're talking about sort of a nicer sort of vision, a nicer sort of play, a football pattern of play, as what Amanda would say, nice sort of easy on the eye to watch. I know you saying you're swaying towards Basuma now than earlier in the show. Are you still feeling that way with what OS has just made a good point, and so did Amonde?
Yeah, still, I do feel like Basuma is the man for Manchester United. He is still very young. He's got time to develop. And for me, what I also do think, as much as we do need a smart technical player, we just need a player who is just, he's not a star man, like he isn't got a big name for himself. You just want him to come to the dressing room, go on the pitch, get the job done, go home. You just want that kind of player, and that's it for me.
Yeah, and again, it's very true what you're saying, because Paul Scholes used to do that. Paul Scholes never got involved in the changing room or any celebration or anything like that. He used to sit there, and some players, guys, whoever's out there, you're going to see our true age now. You had a player called Never Southall. He used to do the same thing as well. He used to, great goalkeeper, he used to sit there, won the FA Cup, beat Man United, and
no, he didn't.
Got in his car and drove home.
No, he didn't.
Didn't it?
We beat him 985. Norman Whiteside scored past Southall. Yeah.
So with him, he used to just jump in his car and just go home. You've got Paul Scholes who does the same thing. Yeah. There's a few players out there who don't get involved whatsoever with the frantic of the dressing room or anything like that. Just do the job and go. That's all they do.
Can I just go back to a point when we were talking about the price of the midfielder? If the midfielder is under £30 million, even if the whole world wanted him, Ollie's not going to be forced to play him. The more he spends on the midfielder, regardless of his attributes, I think we're more likely to see him play. If they spend £50 million on a holding midfielder, he's going to play.
Yeah.
If we spend 30 million on the exact same player, but maybe from a different, exact same attributes, everything exactly the same, Ollie won't play him because he got him for 30 mil. He's going to be a future player. I want a player who, when he comes into that position, there's no argument whatsoever from the first day. Like I keep hearing about Ray Parlour always talks about Kolo Touré, the first day in training where he tackled Henry, he broke up Vieira, and he tackled Wenger. This is all in the same training session, you know. They knew he has to play because he that's what I want. I want a man who's going to come in and the whole club just says, blow, whoa, this man's got to play.
You know something, just to add to that quickly, I think having Ronaldo at the club as well, we better strike now because everyone would want to come and play with Ronaldo. Yes. Who wouldn't? It's a lifetime generational talent. So out of the three guys we're referring to, Basuma, Rice, and Neves, I think they all would like to say, wow, I played with Ronaldo. And it would raise the standard. Whereas before Ronaldo came, it's questionable. Now we've got something that attracts players, and it's not the manager.
So sorry, Anthony. I know I was right. I know I weren't thinking, but I let Amonde have that one. He did win it.
And Paul Ryder won it in 1995, wasn't it?
Yeah.
1-0.
And that game killed me. That game killed me because I was watching that game and I had about 5 or 6 of my Liverpool friends, and when that goal went in, they all bundled me and kicked the absolute out of me. That's all I can say. That's why I remember that game very well. But let's go now. Guys, if you're watching the content, please share, please subscribe. Remember, you can win yourself a signed Bruno Fernandes shirt once we hit 1,000 subscribers, and we're on the road to that 1,000 subscribers. We're on 530 subscribers, so get involved, guys, with the Man United agenda. And as you can see, we read every single person comments out here, so just get involved. And Anthony, as always, Mr. Arsenal, thank you. So let's go now and talk about Basuma. He's going to be the last one of the show. So obviously we're discussing players. So we're on him now. Roughly going to cost Man United anything in the region of 50 million. I know Mr. B was saying obviously he wants a player probably over that price because Ole then has to play him. But in hindsight, I'm thinking if we can get a player like him into the club, I don't think we need to overpay the money. I think he will knock on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's door himself and said, I'm playing today. You're dropping Fred, you're dropping Scott, and I am playing on Monday. Because I know you love talking about knocking down doors. Man of opportunity.
Yeah, that's the issue of attribute of character. I like to see that in players, you know, that really want to play. It's a bit like, say, for example, Donny van der Beek. I don't sense that. I read an article from Marco van Basten said, you shouldn't have gone to Man United. You're not good enough. You're not showing. The Dutch league is not demanding enough. Now you're seeing it's not, you know, this is a different standard. But yeah, I do think you talk about knocking the door. That shows character. I don't know Basuma's character. He's the main guy. This is his 15 minutes of fame. Everyone's talking about him. Arsenal want him. Liverpool want him. Man United want him. But no one's signing him.
Can't afford him.
My issue is why is no one signing him yet? You know, if he was that good, surely he would have been snapped up by now. A bit like Kante. When Kante came in for Leicester, someone snapped him up quickly. You know, if you're that good, he's come to the French league. You know,
how many seasons Kante was at Leicester though before they snapped him up?
2 seasons. No, first season, 1 season.
Was it one?
1 season he was there? Yeah,
He won the
title winning side for Leicester.
He was there the season before that though. Was he?
Right, maybe 2 seasons then.
2 seasons, yeah.
I'm sure it's 1 though. Someone do the maths. And
I think he was there 1 season. I think he was only there 1 season.
There you go. See, don't test the Quizmaster.
Title winning team, you're absolutely correct. And then Chelsea snatched him up.
Yeah. So that's another lesson, guys. Don't test the Quizmaster. As I say about Basuma, yeah, I don't know his character, but I am it's like with Virgil van Dijk. Why was he signed from Celtic? Why was he signed from when he's playing in Holland? Why didn't he play for a big team in Holland? Why did he go straight to Celtic and stay there for so many years? What's the guy, Henrik Larsson, the striker from Sweden? Why was he spending all his time in Holland and then went to Celtic? Why no one signed him up?
Can I say something?
It just leaves a question mark for me. So Basuma, for all his talents and all his visible quality, I'm just a bit wondering, why has no one gone in for him yet?
Go on, Mr.
Can I say something? You see, you talk about Larsson. We got Larsson when he was on the back end of his, and he did bits. So I know my memory's not good, but I know he did bits for us.
He did.
So maybe you talk about players not leaving. Maybe they're just happy where they are.
That's true.
Sometimes it's not always about money. It's about, you know, your family settled, his family settled there. You know, we have this counter argument with Lingard saying Chai should uproot his family and piss off to West Ham. But I'm just saying, you know, he might have just been happy. He might have had everything that he needed. The money that he was earning, the lifestyle, you know, and guess what? If your wife's happy, that's 90% of your headache out the way. You understand? And maybe she wanted to stay. Maybe she wanted to live in. You understand? So
marital advice from Mr. B.
Yeah. And again, it's the same thing. The problem is as well, I know this might be off topic a little bit, is like Jose's wife don't move anywhere. She stays in London. He stays in hotels up wherever he goes to and live. Like now, he's not up stick. His wife ain't up stick. They're in London still, but he's in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends.
I want to hear what you guys want to think. Basuma, what you guys saying, man?
I think, while everybody writes and says what they say about Basuma, for me, I just think Basuma is a good player. If we get Basuma, I don't think we fix the issue we're talking about, to be honest with you. I think we upgrade on Fred. That's what I think. We upgrade on another position. We don't upgrade on the position that we really need, for me personally. And good player, we get him, great. But for me, the priority is not that style of player that I think Man United need.
Can I ask? So what are your 3 attributes?
Me, someone who can dictate. That's one of the biggest ones. Someone who can dictate. Someone who also is good on the ball. Someone who's very good on the ball. Very important in that position.
He's good on it as well, Basuma.
I'm talking about Carrick. I'm talking about Carrick good on the ball. I'm not talking about just you're able to control the ball better than Fred. I'm talking about Carrick.
Yeah, but we don't have a Man United ain't gonna go get Carrick because the Glazers ain't gonna spend over 100 million on a Carrick.
That's true, but maybe we can find someone younger. I mean, I don't know who that person would be, but maybe we can
Go to the French league.
Maybe French, exactly. I mean, we were looking at. I don't even think Camavinga was that guy. You know what I mean?
Can I just throw one big dirty rusty spanner in the works? Did you guys see that French guy from Chop? I can't say his name. Chom. Yeah, him.
Something like that. Yeah.
Did you see him?
Who?
He is a beast, boy.
The person that we were linked to, I think his name is Trunamani.
Monaco.
Yeah.
He's from
Monaco.
Monaco.
Yeah. Good player. Good player.
Did you see him? Did you see what he was doing?
Pogba was
He was. That's that. You see, when I say I want a bastard, that's what I want. Because you know what?
A player you'd want.
Yeah, because you know what? You see, I look at competition, slightly off topic, just slightly. Man do not go on Wan-Bissaka's side of the pitch because they know they're not going to get nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So they try and go Shaw side and he gives them a different kind of something. So they run down the middle because they know Fred is there. You see, if you've got, that's what I'm saying. Fear. I want him to put so they don't know where to run. Where they going to go?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to pass the ball to somebody else. You understand? That is what I want.
I agree. As a football player, you think you want to be like, you're not coming on my side of the pitch.
Yeah.
If you come on my side of the pitch, you're going to get tackled or you ain't going to get past me full stop. And that kid from Monaco, I was watching him and I thought, wow. I was like, get this man at Manchester United right now. And he's only so young as well. And if, like you say, Man United like young players because they have time to develop, he has plenty of time to develop at Manchester United. And if we've got leaders at Manchester United, I think he'll develop well at Manchester United, in my opinion, as well. I feel like he would be the perfect person. Never mind the other three players we spoke about today. Get him instead.
And Pogba was praising him a lot recently. Pogba was talking highly of him, saying this guy is a man. He's not a boy. He does the job very well. And so I think Pogba is also trying to give Oli and their man clues into this guy. Maybe.
Yeah.
Chouameni. Hopefully I didn't butcher his name. Chouameni.
Yeah.
Solo.
Go on.
So what's his name?
I can't pronounce it. Don't try that. Don't pronounce that. I'm working on it. I am going to work on it. So, guys, should we just get the last part of the show? Let's look at some of the last comments. But remember, guys, if you're new, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. We're on the road to 1K subscribers. We're on 530 at the moment, and you're in the chance to win yourself a signed Bruno Fernandes football shirt. If you are part of it already and part of the subscribers, your name is in the hat as well to win yourself a signed Bruno Fernandes football shirt. So, on Monday, take it away.
I like this comment. I'm just going to repeat it again. Bellingham, next generational talent. This is from Paul Warner. Jason Gurney says, talk.
Yes, Jason. Big
How you doing, man? He said, talk about 100 million for Rice. Basuma is cheaper and a bit like Kante. Plus, we will definitely do the job for us. Okay.
Like this guy. He talks sense, man.
Jason Gurney is a Liverpool fan. If it's the right one I'm talking about, and he does talk a lot of sense.
Good. Big up, Jason. Jem says, Oli can make a bargain. Sorry, Oli can't make a bargain player, superstar, man. Only OS can do that.
I'll try my best.
Paul Warner says Basuma is already liking Ronaldo's tweets on Twitter. Yeah. You try saying that. Tweets on Twitter. MUF, how you doing, man? Because the window is shut. Okay, I think that's related to what I said. And he says Neves, for me, he's only 23. He can do a good job in the middle. I agree. Just admit it. You need a fab. Yeah, everyone needs a fab. Those little ice creams. Remember the little fab ice creams?
Yeah,
I love them fab ice lollies.
Oh, they still sell them?
Ones.
Brilliant.
Do they still sell them with the little...
Yeah, they do with the little sprinkles at the top.
They're not cheap either. They're not cheap these days. They're quite expensive. I think.
No, man. You get Iceland. 2 boxes for £4.
Okay, I know what I'm doing tomorrow. The weather's gonna be hot.
Just a comment before that on Monday. It was a good point that she made regarding that. If you do get Basuma, you still have to get the best out of him. Is Ollie the right guy to get the best out of him? If you went to Liverpool, Bob would. It's a very good thing.
It's good. I think, like we said earlier, the factor that Ronaldo's there as well. I think the level's going to go up in training and drills and everything. People will be getting there early for sure. Anthony says, "I want to hear you all say you need Xhaka. Admit it, especially Mr. B." Jordan says, "Man United team is strong. No, with Ronaldo, why you need Ruben Neves for?"
Because Ronaldo doesn't play as a CDM.
Yeah. Exactly. Good evening, Maisie from Fabrizio Romano.
Oh, hello. I feel famous.
Andy just repeating the Southwood did lose the FA Cup final 1995. Paul Rowe ride out in 1995, 10 years later. Jason Gurney, Basuma, get him young. Still can do a lot. He's 25, can do a lot better. And if he becomes anything like Kante, that would be amazing for us. I thought he's a Liverpool supporter.
Jason, no, it's wrong. Jason Gurney, I'm talking
okay.
about.
Jordan says,
Jason and me, and you support Liverpool. Yeah, Lord have mercy.
Jordan says, you guys are fine with Varane, Sancho, and Ronaldo.
Yes, I'm happy.
I think this is Jem. She said, I think Fred is settled and happy too. Mr. B, his wife is happy.
Jason, apologies.
You just need someone who can keep the ball. Yeah, I agree with that. That's the name of the. I'm not going to try and pronounce it. Chupameni. Mbappe, says Jordan. Okay, here we go. United UTFR United says thoughts on my wildcard team. Sanchez.
Take out Trent. Put in. What's the 5 million defender from Liverpool? Put in Matip, and you've got 2.5 million in the bank, bruv. Okay. That's my advice to you.
I would keep Trent. I think Jota's also a good one there because Firmino's injured. But I'm not sure about having only 2 strikers because Dennis is not going to do a job for you up front.
Yeah, but Jota's going to play up front. Jota's been playing up front. He's been banging. Sorry, we're drifting off. Oh, it's me and you will have to talk, man, because I know we're top of the league. So we'll talk, man.
Andy Herbert says you need someone good on the ball, passing. Someone who can hold it up well in front of the defence. Good shout. Salah, my Egyptian king, says Jordan. Wild card again. Sorry, let's just go quickly. We ended up born in 79. Remember that cup final? I do. 79 cup final was not Southampton. Liverpool. Arsenal, was it? No way. Hate Liverpool.
Sorry, Jason.
Big up Tony Silver Fox. We got
Silver Fox.
And Man United 5 more sleeps until the big second debut for Ronaldo. Yeah, there you go. That's everybody. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Remember, win yourself a signed Bruno Fernandes football shirt. And once we hit 1K subscribers, and we're on road to the 1K, we're on 530. And Maisie, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube. My YouTube page is Devils United. You can also find me on Twitter. My Twitter page is @2_MUFC Maze.
Thank you very much. And Maze, we'll be seeing a lot of you on the Man United agenda and also FTB in the future as well.
You got Maisie.
Thank you, Maisie. So, guys, as always, we're the Man United agenda. Myself, Solo 7, Mr. B, OS. On Monday, we'll be back here on Wednesday night again. And thank you so much for Maisie for joining us as well. And guys, thanks to every single person who has contributed on the comments, like, share, and also subscribe. We really appreciate all the help, all the support, and we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So from me, it's a good evening. Thank you.
Good night from me.
Bye.